Hey folks, welcome to Plane and Traffic. Today's episode, no one wheel needed today. I want to show you the journey to get to a very key spot for today's episode. A closet. Or is it a closet? Let's see. Oh no, it's not. Look at this, folks. We're going to make our way down these steps and enter a whole new universe. And what you're going to see today, woo, is what it's like to be in a recording session with the Philadelphia punk rock band The Heels. Right there. So today, and I like to call him Big Al of The Heels, master electrician, legend of his soundboard. We're going to be recording some vocal tracks for a record that's probably going to come out in 2026. And just give you an idea of what it looks like or what the experience could be like when you're recording. Everyone does it different. Rooms are always a different size. Soundproofing obviously is the key. Here he is. It's Big Al from The Heels.
Gotta repaint it.
Dude, that's sick.
I just fixed up a lot of old shit. Like I had to redo everything in this.
Wait, did you ever use that in The Heels, or is that something completely okay?
This is like 80s.
80s.
Shit, this and this old Strat.
Did you ever
fixing?
Did you ever perform? So, like, what band was there? A band that this reminds you of that you played in?
My first band, What the?
What the?
Yeah, that was like a high school band.
Nice, nice.
And Purple Circle 7, of course.
Okay, nice.
And then that was. This was my 70s, 80s guitar. I bought, my mom and me got like freaking 1981.
Oh, that's great.
That was like that old Strat, but it's not really a real Strat. The body isn't a real Strat, but this is. And then this is an old like Eddie Van Halen Kramer.
Okay.
And that's what that is, and that's going to be
okay.
Red sparkly. But I had gutted this, put pickups here. I just filled it in with.
Nice, yeah, looks great.
I just filled it in with the greatest thing ever. Wood Bondo.
Wood Bondo, sick. This guy's absolute. Dude, I love your level of just ability to do a whole lot of things. Me and Alex should probably, let's get that light out of there. Oh, who cares? So me and Alex met. That's a good. That's a good question. We've been together for a while now with The Heels.
Okay.
But you came in and did Pagan Baby stuff. One of the gigs we had when Eric didn't want to do Pagan Babies anymore. So while we were practicing up this set, I feel like the lights are goofing us. While we were practicing up that Pagan Baby set, and I might have to document when that was, what year that was. It wasn't like
2010, 2009.
Yeah. So you're talking 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
So what I ended up doing was, while we were doing Pagan Babies, I was like, hey, Al, like, take a listen to this Heels stuff, because the Heels have been around since about 2006. And really didn't think first off, I wasn't even the only one, because me and Jamie Mann, I talked to him about it too. Yeah. He's like, how did you get Alex to want to play music or play that? And Alex was like, yeah, man, so it's been fun. It has been, this has been a lovely experience.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't
trade it for anything.
So one of the greatest things about this is that Al's got, and you're going to see that today in the video, the record you saw what the room looks like where we record in, and then you're also going to see where the think tank is, where he's processing everything. But yeah, we're off to record, man. And
like this.
Here we go. What? This whole thing?
That there's a 215 Lemmy cabinet, Marshall Lemmy style cabinet in there, and I fixed up my old Blue Line Ampeg this is a 1969. It has the black knobs on it. 69 things.
Wow.
a 90 or 80-pound beast. That thing's the greatest bass amp. That's
sick.
Dude. You know.
I wonder.
That's Reese's amp that I just have to put new tubes in.
Dude, how old were you when you realized you were going to, you know, not even so much music, but the technical side, the building, the being able to just strip a guitar down? When was your first experience going, you know what, I'm taking this guitar apart?
I was always taking apart bicycles, fixing kids in the neighborhood's bikes and
Sick.
all that shit, building it. My parents didn't know how to do anything. My brother and my dad, they didn't know what side of a hammer to use.
Wow.
They were like, oh, shit, you know, shit broke in the house and everybody's screaming.
Okay. Yeah, good. Okay, well, that explains all of it.
I learned how to fix everything.
Oh, that's great, dude.
But I was always, you know, that way. Becoming an electrician, that was just inevitable.
Yeah,
and then this
absolutely.
shit, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, remember, real quick. So that night, the last night we played Ortlieb's in January.
Yeah.
And you got a call because at practice you got a call. Can you tell everyone who called, where you had to go?
Oh, in Chinatown, in the basement of Chinatown, because the Pico had blown out the lines in the street. One of the transformers had flooded and blown up, so we had to turn off this. It was a wooden disconnect from the 1920s. Huge. And nobody would touch it. And they called me and I just, you know, I had to turn it off basically. It's basically hitting a switch and then turning it back on once everything worked on.
Okay.
But Pico's not allowed to touch that. They have to get their electricity. So this is like the block right there on, what was it, Race and 11th. Right across the street from the convention center.
Wow.
In Chinatown,
yeah,
and so I know the Pangs. They owned the Troc. I redid the Troc with like Brew Baker back then in like freaking '95.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so I knew all of them, and they were always calling me to fix shit.
Yeah.
So and this thing was just weird.
That's wild.
And so I had to do it at certain times. So, like, he called me, and I went in. It was like 10 o'clock at night just to.
I remember that. Yeah.
And then it happened. We were playing. We had set up, and he called me again. He's like, "You might have to come again." I said, "We're going to be playing in like
I'm performing.
hour.
I'm performing. I didn't know. I didn't realize he called you the night we played.
He did. He wanted me to go up. Then he called me back, basically half an hour before it was supposed to go on, and he said, "No, we're good. Pico didn't have to turn it off."
Jesus God, dude.
I was.
Yeah, and that was a great gig for us too. We had a good time. But yeah. Anyway, that's his reality.
That's my reality.
That's crazy, dude. Here we go. Lyrics right here. This particular song is about the original Sheik. The original Sheik from pro wrestling, dating all the way back into the 60s. So we got this one. This one's called Fireball at Cobo Hall. Cobo Hall being Detroit, Michigan. So anyway, this is what's going on. A little bit of a teaser, not a full spoiler. So there. And we're going to be working on that right now. Yeah. Yes. What? I didn't hear any vocal, no. That's okay, though. I was following it. So I'm actually communicating with Alex right here. And I can hear his voice through here. It's a miracle. It's a miracle of sound. Here comes the Sheik. You're not safe in your seat. Fireball at Cobo Hall. Fireball at Cobo Hall. Fireball at Cobo Hall. Fireball at Cobo Hall. The theme with this recording, at least for a majority of it, is kind of like the things that you know, from a writing standpoint, it's not political. There's not political stuff going on within the song. It's more recognizing some of my favorite entertainers. The Sheik, that's Ed Farhat, who is Fireball at Cobo Hall. The second one we just recorded is called The Grim Reaper. And as you'll see, you can't run from the Grim Reaper. Now, the Grim Reaper is actually the legendary number 32. What was he, number 32 always? Or was he 23? I'll have to fact check that. Stu Grimson played for Calgary Flames, Chicago Blackhawks, Anaheim Ducks of the NHL. And here's how the chorus is going to go. Ready? Watch this. Just like this. You can't run from the Grim Reaper! You can't run from the Grim Reaper! Yeah, and it's a long song. It clocks in about a minute. So we just pulled that off. And, oh yeah. So we're well on our way here. So yeah, I got the Grim Reaper on record. Ed Farhat, Section 301 Pandemic Cruise on here, on the record, and we're working on a brand new one right here. So in order to enter where the mastermind is mixing, he's a full 2 floors up. Dude, my freaking legs are burned. And this is
water. I need water.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, please. You gotta enter in here. Open. And here is where all the magic happens. It's all the goodies all in there. Yeah, and rightfully so. That microphone. All right, so the Heels are actually going to celebrate basically their 20th year of existence next year. I'm actually talking to Alex and you. But 20th anniversary next year. It's going to coincide with me turning 60 years old. And we're going to probably have a 7-inch record the night that happens. And that'll be, everyone will be forewarned and all that good stuff. Right now, I'm going to record Alex's reaction to a photo that I'm going to just show him. I'm not sure if you ever saw this before. Here it is.
Oh no!
It's fresh off of a quality session, and we're going to run this photo under and see if he ever saw it. Did you ever see that picture before?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you genuinely saw it. And now I'm going to show. Now I'm going to show the studio audience.
That's
the
really
picture.
funny.
So,
yeah, that was like what you sent me.
All right, wait, what in the heck is happening? There you go. So, actually, in commemoration of us recording today, this was the first recording session, and this is the original Heels lineup. There's me looking like that. Look at that hair. Holy shit. And I actually had hair on the top of my head, too. It wasn't one of fake long hair. It looks like a mullet, but I actually had, long hair. Eric has since left. Mike's still with us. Mike in the middle. Mike Rand. And Dan had left. These were the original crew to go in the studio. This gentleman right here, do you know who that is? The guy that he probably didn't make any sense at all to you, right?
No.
Okay, this guy right here is Mike McDermott from the Bouncing Souls. Was actually the guy who recorded the very first Heels demo. Done. All right, we're done showing that. First off, I love the Bouncing Souls. I can't even see myself. Bouncing Souls, but Mike had answered. We were still looking for a drummer.
Yeah.
And Mike answered a Craigslist thing for a drummer. And he stopped in, knocked these songs out. It was unbelievable just being in a room with him, because he literally was just like, and just did a great fucking job. We had a copybook, wrote his little notes. Let's go, start. He was, had a good time. And then, it was like we didn't have any money to really pay anyone to record with us the second time around. Oh no, when Undisputed was recorded.
Yeah.
And that became an issue, because I couldn't pay him. I would have paid him. I absolutely would have paid him. and that's fair. So it is what it is. But yeah, that was a great session. But that was the original crew, and yeah, I wanted to get Alex's reaction. I didn't know if you ever saw that photo before. So yeah, actually, this was our original demo, and I guess this was the liner that went in the into the sleeve. I forget how he packaged it. I really don't. But back in the day, still play back in the day, still play Undisputed. And I love Find Yourself, True Path, and Now More Than Ever. And they've come in and out. We haven't played Find Yourself in a while.
No.
I love all them songs. And look at Now More Than Ever clocking in at 346. That's like Stairway to Heaven.
Yes, it is.
That's a long one for us. Probably the longest Heels song ever.
I think we did that even longer. When we were...
So interestingly, our next gig coming up is at the L Bar. 36. Oh no, that's not the L Bar. Boy, I'm really goofing up right now. Okay, there's the L Bar. The L Bar, 1356 North Front Street.
That was a Halloween show.
This one right here?
Yeah. Wasn't that Halloween?
No, that was March 28th.
Oh.
Yeah, I got some. So this
We
was.
did a
I
Halloween
used to
show
do
there.
shows under that name, Crimson Mask Productions.
Yeah.
That's like was a wrestling term for a while there. Here's an old bill from there. I don't really know what year that is, but this face, believe it or not, is actually John Cena's face. Kind of distorted with some like blood splattering, like Crimson Mask type look. But it actually was his face with a weird graphic on it. Interesting. Folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Don't forget, May 23rd is a Friday night. The Heels at the L Bar with Low Fast. There's the flyer right there. And have a great day, pleasant tomorrow. And here comes the rain. It's coming. It's coming soon. Great day, pleasant tomorrow, and I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.